suspended. Do you feel the buzz? Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be not focusing ourselves on this Evo, but rather over here to my buddy Tony, also known as Time to Tune here on YouTube. His black 2014 Evo 10. Today we just got his lip in. As you can see, this is just the one that you can find on eBay. This is the cheap, like Duraflex or whatever, like $80, $90, $100 lip. Today, obviously it's not painted yet, so we're gonna be doing mounting it up, getting it all bolted, and that way we can take it down and go get it sprayed. This is actually the same lip that you can see on my car right here. Mine's just already painted. Alright, quickly just running over some of the tools we have today. We just went to Ace and got some cheap shit today. We'll probably get some nicer hardware when we actually get it painted and mount it. But for today, just for cheap style purposes, we just got some regular, I think these are the M6 style bolts. I got them decently long because you will be gapping them with all these washers right here to put the lip level, which I'll show you in a second. I got regular style washers instead of locks. And I'm sorry, nuts, and then I got lock washers just to kind of hold it in place for the couple days before it gets painted. I also got the dremel right here. You can obviously use a drill or whatever kind of bit you want to use to get the holes drilled in for you. Then you're going to be getting whatever kind of jack you want to use if you can't get under your car already. I should check the product out before we install it. It actually already has two pre-holes right in the side here. This has not been installed and it already has these little babies. And then under it, if we come to the front here and flip it over, you're going to see some little holes here already on the top. We're coming down and looking at the product right now. You're actually going to look in the inside here. This lip actually has like a little baby lip inside, which you'll find that grooves right onto the brim of that right there. So on this little body line towards the bottom, 1, 2, the bottom side, that lip will be popping on there, and this will come right around the corner. So I'm going to go ahead and set the camera down, and we're going to go ahead and see how it just pops on its groove, and then we'll get some screws and level the bottom portion. Alright guys, as you can see, I mean, the old eBay special here is more than fits snug. 0 washers, bolts, nothing is on it right now. And as you can see, it just hugs around the corner. It's because that lip, really, not only is it a good fitment, obviously, right here in this area, but again, right here in this inside, it has a little tiny lip that holds to the bottom body line. And because it does that, it just holds very flush. So now first things first, we're going to come back here and we're going to get those bolts on the back side, 2 there, 2 on the other side, and then we'll work to under the lip and getting some bolts there and getting some washers in there if needed as well. So let's get started on that. So it's just me, trust me, something in the air just above me, something like a dream state, you call it a clean break. Alright, just coming back over here just to show you, I did do a little modification off camera. I just gapped these holes. Obviously it's going to be to each size bolt that you use, so I just dremeled out these holes a little bit just to show you, as well as made those a little larger on the bumper after doing the original Dremel you saw a second ago. So now I'm going to go ahead and pre-fit these in, and I've done the same thing to the other side, so I'm going to get my buddy on the other side and we're going to go ahead and pop these in, screw it down, and then we'll start working on the bottom side to make sure that we keep it completely flush. Do you feel the buzz? So I'm going to go ahead and get these bolts all tightened right here. But just with those, this is the fitment so far. And again, these are just temporary bolts until we get something a little nicer after getting painted. Oh, yeah. Alright guys, now that we have the 4 bolts, 2 back here and 2 on the other side, we're going to go ahead and go to the bottom and try to level this out. As we talked about earlier, there is a lip right under this that goes on this body line that is holding right now. That's how it's so flush all the way down. So just to make sure that that body line stays right on point, we're going to go under here. You're going to end up putting a hole through here, and there's a gap between the bumper and that, so to keep it to where if you screw that all the way up, as you can see, it'll start pushing, and now it's going to be like all jacked up, right? And you want it down there on that lip. So we're going to put some washers in there, kind of pushing down, and then when we tighten, hopefully that will compensate for it and it will stay right in its groove. That's how I did it on mine. I haven't had any issues. So we'll do one around here, coming up to about here, midway, and doing about there. And then we'll do the same thing, 1, 2, 3 on the other side, and then fill any gaps in if we feel like necessary. I just went ahead and put a little scissor jack under here after you take your little under tray off, if you have one under there. So we'll go ahead and start pre-drilling. Alright guys, so we got one of the screws here which is not tightened down all the way. Just to show you, I also came down with the dremel and got another hole right here, which is kind of shanky. Another one right here. I tried to choose spots that didn't have too much gappage, like you see here, because we're going to be putting the washers in between this. We're going to get in the 1 bolt right here, 1 here, and then down the line. Just to jump on the back just to show you what we were doing earlier. As I was saying, there's going to be some gappage there, and for you to keep that lip up top, for you to keep this lip right here, like I said, there's like a little tiny lip. There's a little tiny lip in the inside right here, and for you to keep that locked on there, you're going to have to come back here and put some washers, and the washers are going to make it to where, because if you go all the way flush, obviously it's going to go right over the lip. So you make that to where there's a little gap, and as you can see, there's a couple down the line there. But that's it, guys. So if you guys liked what you see, click like, subscribe. We're doing more installs soon, more races, all types of stuff. So hope this helped. Any questions or comments, concerns you guys got, just, please comment below. Stay tuned.
Bye.